Ask Reddit. Men of Reddit, what is that one compliment you got that you'll never forget? I was out back building a new deck on my house, and my daughter came outside to tell me she thought I was doing a good job and that she was proud of me for being able to build a deck. Tell your parents you are proud of them. As kids, we always want to hear this from our parents, but as we grow into adulthood, we never think to tell it to our parents. Sadly, it's not normally something that we ever say out loud until we are speaking at their funeral. If you have parents who are still alive and who you are genuinely proud of, I know not everyone has had parents that qualify. Be sure to tell them. Those words mean as much coming from child to parent as they do coming from parent to child. I've been walking the same route for over a year for exercise, trying to lose weight. I had lost about 120 pounds by this time when I heard a woman voice I did not know call out to me from her backyard. "I'm proud of you. You have lost a lot of weight." I haven't seen her since, but to me that helped me stay motivated hearing that. Good for you. I hope you managed to achieve your goals. It's so motivating when people notice your weight loss and throw a compliment your way. Definitely helps keep me on track. Some little girl in a cart in a grocery store once said, "He's pretty," about me, to her mother. I could hear her mother telling her, "That's not what we say to boys." I didn't bother to say anything, but I would have told her that it's okay to call anyone pretty. Considering children are notoriously brutally honest, you must be gorgeous. Or the kid needed glasses. Delivered a pizza to two drunk chicks. As I was walking away, they yelled that I should turn on the AC in my car. I turned around just as one yelled, "'Cause you're looking pretty hot," as she slammed the door. That was a good day. Yes, this reminds me of one of my few compliments. I was delivering pizza. As they were closing the door when I was leaving, the girls in the background yelled, "Bye, cutie." Best tip ever. I really like your speech pattern. One of my old coworkers. You have a voice that is calming. You should read stories to children. Your voice is very soothing, like an NPR commentator. You should do voiceovers for TV. On a night out, I had a girl tell me I looked like Waldo, then proceeded to flirt with me. 11 out of 10, the funniest compliment I've ever received. I once won a costume contest by telling everyone I was coming as Waldo and then not showing up. It was awesome. Was working in a restaurant and told a guest that I would have the bartender make them a really annoying off-menu cocktail. Put in the order, walked to the bar to beg her to make this cocktail that I know she hates dealing with. She looks at me and sighs and says, "That grin should be illegal," and proceeds to make the cocktail. Still makes me smile to myself. Grin and tonic. The last words my grandma said to me, "Oh, look, you're so handsome." My grandpa, the last days I saw him, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here. This is the best day of my life." I'm a little self-conscious of my laugh because it literally sounds like I'm a dying hyena. And I've a couple girls tell me, "Oh my God, I love your laugh." And "You have the best laugh." That always puts a smile on my face thinking about that. Also, I met one other person in my life who has the same laugh as me, and we actually met in school, and we would sometimes sit on opposite sides of the classroom, and then when one of us would laugh, the other one would laugh, and then it sounded like an echo chamber or a zoo or something. It was really funny. People like those very enthusiastic, uncontrollable laughs. You make others laugh. My aunt has one like this. We went to a live theater comedy. She started laughing, couldn't stop. They had to stop the show so the actors could laugh for a minute. I was talking to my ex and a few of his friends about this girl I knew in high school. I said, "She's the kind of person that makes you feel like you're the only person in the world when you're talking to her. She engages so deeply and always seems really interested in what you're saying to her." One of his friends said, "Downvote all of them. I think you're one of those people." And everyone else in the car voiced their agreement. It was the coolest thing that ever happened to me. I'll never forget that. I really wish I was one of those people. I know I would be if I didn't have this ADD. My brain is continually moving and it's hard to stay focused no matter how much I care. I really do care about my friends and family, but I cannot stop thinking about what I am having for dinner that night, or what I could have said differently to a client earlier in the day, or a fan theory about the next Avengers movie, etc. It never stops. Once, a blind girl that I helped to arrive at her place told me that she could feel my very good vibes, and she was comfortable walking with me because of that. I won't forget that. I might not be able to see my surroundings, but I can see you're a good person. A girl I worked with once asked if I could give her a ride home because her ride wasn't able to pick her up. I did and asked her out to dinner, which she agreed to. While we were at dinner, she confessed, "I didn't actually need a ride home. I just wanted a ride from a cute guy." I was riding that compliment for months. Call me old-fashioned, but the fact that she lied to get me to do something for her would be a huge red flag for me. When I got my MA, a professor of mine came over to congratulate me after the ceremony. She said, "You didn't speak much in my class, but when you did, I always listened because I knew what you said would matter." It was a really simple statement at the time, but I think about it often. This thread is full of girls' comments, but you reminded me of one of my favorite compliments. A PhD professor at my college graded a final paper of mine and called it brilliant. Made me feel like I was legit in college. I was at a funeral, and my old school bus driver's wife, who I had never met, looked up at me and said, "You must be one of those, my last name." I said, "Yes." She said, "I knew it when I saw your eyes." It made sense to me. It's happened my whole life. My whole family has large brown eyes, and I'm always recognized for that, so I said, "Yeah, we all have big brown eyes." She said, "That's not exactly it. You all have kind eyes. You can tell by looking at my last name, they are genuine and good people." Probably the most sincere compliment I've gotten. I used to tell my ex all the time that I loved his eyes because they looked so kind. I don't know what he thought about it though. He never commented on it. I've been very depressed lately. I've never felt a low like this before. My roommate noticed because I stopped doing the dishes on my designated days, which is unlike me. I just couldn't find the energy or motivation. I told her, and she started writing encouraging notes on our shared bathroom mirror with dry erase markers. Yesterday, she wrote 5 things that make Colorful Functor awesome. And today she wrote, "I am a better person because of you, Colorful Functor." I think she literally saved my life. I'm still struggling, but I'm so lucky to have her. I've been ever so slowly climbing out of my deepest low yet. Just remember that your friends choose to be friends with you over everyone else. Things hurt and will take a long time to get better. Sometimes it'll feel like you're not moving anywhere or even backwards. But you are something special and unique. They can see that and want to see that sparkle in your eye. Sincerely, a random stranger. Was walking to a bar, 2 black girls coming the other way looking me up and down, and when we crossed paths, one said, healthy. Drunk people compliments are honestly the best. Had a gay dude and a couple of girls walk past me while I was bar hopping. As I crossed paths with them, the gay man checked me out, then looked over at his friend and just said, "Woof." Felt nice, LOL. I was grocery shopping with my wife, and this adorable little old lady stopped me and said, "You are so handsome. You should be a movie star." I looked over my shoulder to make sure she was talking to me, then watched my wife eye roll her so hard. Anyway, very sweet and totally made my day. I had a similar run-in with an old lady on the New York subway. She said I was incredibly charming. Was at Starbucks and the attractive barista asked for my name to put on the cup. I told her, but when I got my cup it said, "Handsome guy." Made my week. Haha. Oh man, forgot that guy's name. My uncle was a world-renowned chef. Cooked for kings, queens, and every US president from Nixon to Clinton. I grilled him a venison steak once and he said, "Wow, this is really good." I will wear that as a badge of honor for the rest of my days. When I was young, I lived in an institution, for insert reason here, and I made a dish we call fake hair. Basically, you take 1 kilogram of pig mincemeat, mix it with milk, eggs, flour, onions, and salt and pepper. Form it into a loaf and put it in the oven. Then you make gravy from the juices. Anyway, I served this dish and everybody loved it. Then like 10 to 15 years later, I met one of the people who worked there, and he bloody remembered my dish XD. I mean, how delicious does something have to be for you to remember that specific dish? Especially since it wasn't a special occasion or anything, just normal everyday food. It made my entire day. I feel safe when I am with you. I had this once. I was in high school and dating a girl a few years older than me who I thought was absolutely out of my league. We were laying in her bed with her head on my chest, and she just said, "You make me feel really safe." It blew me away. A man came up to me and asked me if I would be available for a date. I said I wasn't in a relationship, but also wasn't homosexual, and afterwards said I appreciated the offer. That's okay, buddy. I'm sure you'll make some girl very happy one day. That man was very good with rejection, I think.